I just binged Squid Game season 2. I'm going to drop my thoughts about this full season here. Beware of spoilers because I'm going to talk freely about everything that happened in the season. Chapter times are in the description, so you can skip ahead to whatever topics you're most interested in hearing me talk about. Squid Game season 1 is one of those viral moments that Netflix is known for. It seemed like everyone was talking about it when it dropped. I loved it. I loved the reality show based on it just as much as the actual series. Hopefully they do another season of that too. This season has a returning director slash showrunner and a couple of returning cast members. It has the same premise. People that are desperate or cash strapped agree to participate in these games with the hope that they'll win tons of money. More often than not, they wind up dying in that pursuit. And I really like this season for most of the same reasons as the first season. So I'm just going to talk about some of my favorite moments. We can start at the end. How awesome was that shootout and their whole strategy at the end? It was the opposite of how the first season ended with a whole cliffhanger. It was the perfect setup for season 3. I was really rooting for the green shirts, but they all failed just so miserably. The people in control were just always 2 steps ahead of number 456. I didn't rewatch the first season before watching this one, so I knew something was off about 001, but I didn't realize he was the main guy running the show. Basically, the main bad guy. I'm almost glad I didn't know that because I was shocked by him betraying 456 and the rest of his friends. 456 screaming, watching his best friend killed, knowing that he let everyone down was just the perfect note to end things on. Will we see this story wrapped up? Will 456 rejoin the games? What about the rest of the rebels who joined him in the rebellion? And who's gonna win this iteration of Squid Games? I loved how things went with red light, green light this season. It was a great start to the games, kind of recalling the most iconic event from the previous season. Things went a little bit different with 456 already having the knowledge from his previous experience. He was able to help people not fail, but not everyone because tons of people still didn't make it past this event. And I totally missed them showing number 1 in his evil mask and his outfit and watching the event via a camera. I rewatched some of season 2 with that knowledge that he was the bad guy, and man, he was really manipulating things. All the voting scenes were really impactful to me too, even though they kind of were dragged out a little. I like the aesthetic of them with the blue and the red lights as everyone made their decisions. And like I said, I missed that number 1 was the main bad guy this whole time. So that first vote would have been even more dramatic to me, just knowing that he was kind of manipulating things the whole time too. When they did that last vote, I was thinking the whole time, why would they keep making us watch the votes? They needed to do more events, so they'll obviously end up continuing, but I was so wrong. For the rest of the season, it was just chaos. The Mingle event was really stressful. We saw the mom and the son getting separated from each other, and it's really the first time that we see the ugly brought out in all the contestants and everyone. We saw the dark side of number 1 and what he was willing to do. He was sacrificing folks. Teams were breaking up. Just like a lot of important moments and deciding factors happened during that event. 2 of the most brutal moments were definitely the bathroom scene and the lights out scene. This is where we see just how desperate these people are that are participating in these events. They're willing to kill. They're going to make sure that the games happen no matter what. The 6-leg event was just cool because it showed you that this season wasn't going to be just a rehash of last season. It was the first new event that they introduced, and you kind of just get to see the contestants trying to figure it out and see how they were going to survive it. And then the last moment that really stood out to me was the Russian roulette scene. It was really just tense and dark. Those first couple episodes were tough to get through, honestly, for me, but the best part out of those was that Russian roulette scene. I understand that they needed to set up 456 returning to the games, and those episodes were all about that, but man, they were a drag. So that's what I thought about Squid Game season 2, but let me know what you thought in the comments, and you can watch another one of my videos right here.